Okay, this is back on accessibility.com. This is our fourth website, and I'll link to the other reviews that we've done. But these are websites who have been sued for not being ADA compliant, specifically restaurants. We're looking at restaurants right here. We came down here. We clicked on, and there's 13,000 websites in here, and this is just a small list of websites that have been sued for not being ADA compliant. We came to food and beverages. We're coming across the food and beverages here. This is Avli.us. It's a good-looking website. You can tell already this isn't going to be ADA compliant. I mean, I'd be very surprised if that's ADA compliant there. I mean, we can click right here and look and see. Yeah, that's not ADA compliant. There's 12 contrast errors. You get sued for the contrast errors. It looks like somebody's probably come in here and tried to clean this site up already, because there's not near as many errors on this site as on most of the websites we look at. And this right here makes you a target. This accessibility menu, this makes you a target. People go out and they look for the accessibility menu because they know if you have this menu on here that you've got bad code and you're trying to hide the bad code with a plugin that's an overlay that is not ADA compliant. So these plugins make your website not ADA compliant. The people who make the readers and everything else have said, please don't use these plugins because they make it impossible for us to be able to make the website work for people who have disabilities. So that, and not only that, but Accessibility B, is this Accessibility B? No, this is UserWay. But Accessibility B is one of them that looks exactly like that. They look identical. But the Accessibility B got fined $1 million by the federal government for lying and saying that these plugins make the website accessible. They do not make the website accessible. At their best, they could fix 30% of the problems, but actually what they do is they create more problems, and they help and they make you a target. People look for those plugins to sue you. If we look right here, to fix this site correctly, it needs to be coded correctly, and it's not. I don't know, Avli Hospitality Group, I guess they made this website themselves. But if we look right here, the website has all kinds of coding errors. And again, professionals check their code. This thing's got 390 coding errors in here. So the first thing you should do if you're a web developer is check your code. Professionals validate their code. If you're a professional writer, you validate your writing using some type of spell check or something, I would hope. And coders should validate their code. If you're a professional, you validate your code. Apparently, these people are not professional web developers. And we come over here, we've got an error here, one linked image missing alt text. People get sued for this. People get sued for each one of these. So you've got 13 lawsuits, scan error. And this thing's got an error detected in here for some. Look at this, I can't even see. Synchronization issues detected. May not be accurately parse the accessibility. So they've got something that's causing the tester not to even work. So the tester's not even able to check this thing. It's got so many errors in it. But we can tell right off that, well, we already knew that those one errors were not going to be accepted. Look, that's not, there's no way that's ADA compliant. You can look and tell that's not going to be ADA compliant. This needs to be a lot darker background, or just make that text, that reserve, black. That would fix it. Just change this. Find the seat to black, and that's fixed, and that's, 12 contrasting errors right there fixed just by changing the color of the text. But you've still got all these errors and everything on here. Over here, again, this has to be under 2.5 seconds. If this isn't under 2.5 seconds, then you've got a ranking penalty. And Google did a study that showed that if a website takes 3 seconds to load, it loses 53% of its visitors. This website takes 16.4 seconds to load. So we know it's losing way more than half the traffic. So if they're paying for ads, they're losing more money on the ads than they're making because of this LCP. The first content pane, if it's not in under a second, Google can't spider the site. Google can't spider the site to see. And a lot of people will say, "Oh, well, it's impossible to do that. It's impossible to do this." Well, this right here is a restaurant website, and I'll show you that it is possible to make the website load and not be and be ADA. We got a bad request now. We've got too many caches in there. But if we look right here, 0 contrast errors, 0 errors, 0 alerts. And if we look right here on the coding error for that same page, and over here on the page speed, this website is bleeding traffic. It's bleeding visitors, because not only is it not ADA compliant, so it can get you sued, but it's also bleeding customers because it takes too long to load. I mean, this has got to be under a second. This has got to be under 2.5. So we built this website right here, and if we look right here, we can see it's got the rewards program, the catering, the menu. We set the menu up so that you've got the stuff in here. We set it up just like a real website. I mean, you can even click on here to well, look at that. Okay, the add to cart's not working. The view detail, oh, well, we got a problem there too. I got to fix some problems in here. Like I said, I threw this thing together to show that the website can be set up correctly. This thing's got 0 errors. It gets 100% across here. It loads in 0.9 milliseconds, and the largest content's in 0.15. So there, you can build the websites correctly. People will say, oh, it's impossible. Well, that proves it's not impossible. And this website right here should be set up correctly so you don't have these. I mean, you're leaving. I mean, it looks like they may do in-house designing on this. If they do, their own employees are leaving the website set up where they could get $50,000 per error, and they could get sued over and over and over again until the website's fixed. I mean, it's just crazy that you would leave the way, and that's just on the home page. If we come through here and we look at these other pages, every single page is going to have more errors, more coding problems, and this right here makes you a target. So that's yelling, hey, everybody look over here, we're not accessible, please sue us. So this is another website that's already been sued, and for some reason, either the web developers, the restaurant, or somebody has failed to make sure this website's ADA compliant after they've been sued already.